All right, so today, I would like to talk about a little bit about Kyle for president. He talks about it, the Vanguard commented, reacted to it. I think that Kyle's idea is that someone similar, in a way, similar to Trump should run for the Democratic Party. That's why he's talking about Jon Stewart, for instance, right? A media personality, perhaps, a comedian, someone from the media in general. So I think that's why he talks about a little bit that he could do it. Of course, there is no way that he could win and so on. So it would be symbolic. I think what he says in his video where he talks about it is what a Democrat should stand for if they want to get elected. And this is, of course, being against Israel, stop funding Israel. He also mentions, I think, AI, regulate or, just get rid of AI. And many other things which are, that you could call it a radical leftist position. But I think that that's going to be very difficult, that a candidate should emerge that is going to cover all of that, right? So if Kyle were to really run for the presidency, just in order to simply get all of these topics into conversation, right? To get them out there and to say, okay, this is what the candidate should do. A Democratic candidate, a leftist candidate. I think that's not a bad idea, probably, but generally, if we look at how third-party candidates and other candidates, people who wanted to do the Bernie thing, right? To either push the Democrats to the left or be entirely third-party candidates, it was catastrophic, right? It was, if you look at it in general, it was very, very problematic. So the last one who really could move something in that direction, in leftist direction, the Democrats to the left or being an independent, was Bernie. And I'm afraid that it's very difficult, very hard that someone should come and repeat that, right? That is precisely what is needed, by the way, repeating Bernie. But you need someone, and I think you need someone who's similar to Bernie, who has similar clout, also name recognition and all of that, what's needed. And maybe AOC could do it. I think that she will probably try and run for president. I think that she should, but I'm very pessimistic in regard to how is that going to play out, right? Many leftists are going to demand this kind of a very radical position toward Israel, toward wars in general, and of course the other topics like the minimum wage and all of that. Medicare for all and all of these topics, or let's call them Bernie topics, right, that need to be there. There's no question about it. But I think that Kyle is right, that you need someone who's not going to be some kind of a old school centrist Democrat. You need someone new, someone fresh, or someone who has, like AOC, for instance, made their name in the Bernie era, because you also it needs to be new, but at the same time, you need that name recognition. You need someone who people know. So I think that he, in essence, what he's trying to say, that he's right, that it's either going to be that if Democrats, which I think is probably going to happen, that the liberal establishment is going to win again, is going to push for their candidates, similarly like they did with Hillary. So I think that's bound to happen. I'm afraid, in this regard, I'm very pessimistic. And unfortunately, and especially because of Trump, right? Because when someone who is such a figure like Trump, a right-wing figure, extreme in his own way, the reaction to that is going to be, we don't want any extremes. Typical liberal centrist reaction is, we don't want the extreme left, we don't want the extreme right, we want the common sense, middle of the road, good old liberal centrist Democrats. And I'm afraid that's what we are going to get as a candidate. Now, of course, I'm talking from Europe, but I also think that someone said once that everyone should vote for the American president, right? Everyone should vote in American elections, and we all are going to profit or suffer from the results, as we are doing now, right, with Trump. So I hope that there is going to be some change, real change, not Obama's kind of change, but real change. But at the same time, I'm afraid that's not going to happen. Here, politics in the United States and Europe is similar. When you have when you have a situation where right wingers emerge, extreme right wing emerges, then of course that might mean that also the chance for the left, for the true left, radical left, or whatever. But in the end, it turns out that the problem is that that's precisely the moment that the centrists always try to claim for themselves, to say, no, we need, like I said, common sense, middle of the road. We don't want these extremes. We want for things to go back as they were. And the real reason why Trump is where we have Trump, right, is the politics of the liberal democratic establishment and their stubbornness and their clinging to power and all of that. So I'm afraid that we will get as a reaction someone perhaps like Gavin Newsom or again Kamala Harris and so on as candidates, and as probably someone who will run for the Democrats. I'm afraid that if AOC runs, that's going to be difficult, because I think that she, similar to Bernie, is going to have to run against the liberal establishment, the establishment of the Democratic Party. And she was already criticized a lot for not being against them enough, right? And when it gets to the presidency, of course, it's all about big topics, big words. It's getting always thinking about how to get the most of the people to vote for you. It's going to be interesting what, for instance, a candidate like AOC is going to stress as her primary goals, and what is she going to run on. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. As for Kyle, again, I think that he's right that there needs to be something new there, a new approach. Otherwise, we or they, the Americans, are going to be stuck in the same old, it's either going to be a centrist, liberal Democrat, or someone like Trumpian right-winger or whatever.